About faith. About faith. We're gonna have a quick conversation. So I'm really proud of this series where I just want to get to know the same things we've done in this session, right? Where we talk about faith, and we talk about faith and how that applies today, and what that entails moving forward for your young life, where you are right now. Where's your faith right now? Where do you want your faith to be? So I would love to have a conversation with those of you that want to, give me your story, wherever you are, whatever age you are, cool. But okay, Christian, you still back there. I thought you was the one who walked out the door. I wanted to use this as a precursor about faith because I'm not sure. We've been talking about it some in our Bible study classes. Plug. We've been talking about it some in our Bible study classes. A session where you could get points, Bobby. Somebody just told me that. And I do believe it happens every Wednesday at 6:30 in room 134, I believe. It's got some other name. I think they call it the Deacon's Room. I'm not sure. What if you're going away to college? Wow. There's an online class starting for you. Wow, look at all these avenues we have. Or if you don't live close, there's a huddle. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, don't hide behind Kevin. There's a huddle coming for you too. But look, listen, about faith. I wanted to use this as a precursor. Because all this month as a church, does anybody know what we're doing? What should we be doing as a church? Give it to me. Come on. Okay, so that's all we're going to talk about today. I haven't had the opportunity. In Bible study, we've been talking about it, right? We've been going over our assignments, going over what fasting is, what it means to us. And I just wanted to utilize this opportunity to address you all because your faith matters to me as well. And so I want to get some basics out. I'm looking at the time. We're going to have to go through pretty fast. But we're going to talk about understanding fasting real fast for teenagers. Can I get the next slide? All right, so real fast. This is what I'm going to try to achieve. Look up at the screens. How and why we fast as Christians and how to apply that to your life as a teenager. Give me the next slide. Real quick. What do we know about fasting? Go around the room and speak loud. You do it for 21 days. You do it to get closer to God. You give up something. If you're not praying, it's a diet. Does that make sense to y'all? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all get that? Yes? No? The remark was if you're not praying while you're fasting, you're just on a diet. Because prayer and fasting, Minister Bobby, say it how you said it. In Bible study. Oh, man, that place.
If you are fasting without praying, then you're just on a diet.
Everybody say that back to me. I like it. We got there, I think. Let me get the next slide. Did we just answer that? All right. What do we know about fasting? I know we just said that. Has anybody experienced anyone fasting? What was going on? What did they do? I hear yes. Talk to me real fast. Your mom stopped drinking coffee. Cool, good. Your grandma made you fast. Minister Bobby stopped eating grandma cookies. Cool. All right. So we know we got some idea of fasting. So currently as a church, right, we're doing a church-wide fast. And like I said, in our sessions in Bible study, we've been talking about what does that look like for us. Because if I say fast, how many of us immediately think about food? Right? Or how many of us immediately thought about it being 21 days or so? Right? The time, yeah. Next slide. There are many methods to fasting. And so as an introduction from me to you all on fasting, just to make sure that you understand what's going on, right? And so the art of fasting, period, is a Christian discipline. If I say Christian disciplines, give me some more Christian disciplines. Praying, reading the Bible, not being absorbed by sin. That's a very fellowshipping, discipleship. Okay. What about something that we do? My example I like to use. What's the one thing we do on first Sundays in the main church? Communion. Is that a discipline? Right. Okay. So so fasting enhances your discipline. You're growing a structure. What are some other areas we need disciplines in, right? Don't we need discipline in school? Right? Don't we need discipline at home? If somebody tell you to clean it up and you don't, you're going to get disciplined. So even in faith, right? Fasting has, as an art tool, fasting has a purpose. We are strengthening our Christian disciplines. We are realizing and accepting that, hey, God, there is something in my life that I need to get closer to you about. There are some problems in my life that I need to give you, right? And so fasting will allow you to draw closer to God, right? Fasting allows you to work on that discipline, whether it be discipleship, whether it be evangelism, whether your concern is, in 2024, even though I'm young, God, I just want to pray more. I just want to feel your presence more. A fast will help you draw closer in those disciplines. The Bible mentions fasting as a spiritual discipline, often related to three things. Read those for me. What's the three things? The first dot, the second dot, sorry. Often related to? Great. That was one person. We got a whole room. So there are three things. Your spiritual discipline is connected to the three things. Read them one more time together. Do we see that? Do we understand that? These are the three things we're working on. Yeah, take pictures if you want. These are the three things that we're working on as we're fasting. So when you hear the older people in the main church, when you hear us, talking about fasting as a church, when you hear the pastor talking about fasting, and you're wondering, asking yourself, why we keep talking about this? What are we doing? In one way or another, these are the three things that we're, personally, these are the three things we have to admit within ourselves that we need some kind of guidance on, right? We need God's help on some kind of way. And that's to seek God. That could just be your prayer. That could just be your want for your fast, right? But also repentance. What is repentance? Right, I'm about to say I gave it to you. Just checking to see who's paying attention. So seeking God, asking for forgiveness, or controlling yourself. One of those three things is what we're doing. And so in the New Testament and the Old Testament, people fasted. Give me an example real fast. Who fasted? Who fasted? Go. Jesus fasted. Daniel fasted. Paul fasted. Cool. All right. We good. So in the Old Testament and the New Testament, people fasted as a way to humble themselves. Don't miss that one. To humble yourself before God. Why is that important, Pastor Grant? How many of you can get something out of your parents if you got a little bit too much attitude in you? Sometimes, okay, y'all playing a dangerous game. But more than likely not, right? You're not going to address your parents in a certain tone with a certain voice. You're not going to go to school and address your okay, you shouldn't go to school. Say it one more time. What if the teacher start with you? Humble yourself. You and the teacher need a fast, is what it sounds like. But listen. Shh. There is a humbling that has to take place. And so, Pastor Grant, what are you getting at? What's really the point? Fasting as an action, listen to me real fast. Fasting as an action don't make sense. But you have to fast with good intentions. You're not too young to fast, right? You're not too small, too big, too old. Fasting is a contract between you and God. And so I really just want us to understand universally what's going on in the whole church. And I don't want y'all to feel like, well, that's not for me. That is for you. There are some things right now in your life that you need help over, that you need discipline, that you need a little more self-control over, that you also need to ask God straight up for some forgiveness. And so the fast, go for it. The fast is what that's for. What if we sin while we're fasting was the question. I think you need to start that fast over. No, seriously. What if we sin while we're fasting? You got to check your intentions. What did you fast for? Did you really want to fast? Exactly. And so fasting involves, look at the last one, a person that what? voluntarily stays away from certain foods or for a set of time to draw closer to God. Who loves social media? Hey, okay, who has social media? Y'all want to be so technical today, huh? Who has social?
Is TikTok considered social media?
I do. Wow. We got that question one time before. Something must be about. I think that was Bible study. Somebody asked. Wow. So the question was, is TikTok considered social media? What did I say? Oh, okay, same thing. We was just changing answers for y'all to get points. I can't get no grace. But is tic-tac-toe social media? Yes, TikTok is social media. Anything that's consuming our time more than God. And you could be like, well, Pastor Grant, I section it out for a little while. In this age bracket, social media more than likely is the number one thing we probably should be fasting from. Because it's only going to get worse. Right? How many of us get the notifications and we got to go look at it and okay, y'all just so mature with y'all phones, huh? Y'all just so mature. Everybody just get on the Bible app first, huh? But listen, I'm glad. But even in this time, so because y'all, we halfway through. We should have been. Most of us have been, but we should have been practicing this fast all month. So we halfway through it. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's okay. But we halfway through. This second half is what I want to set y'all up. I want y'all to participate. I want you to get something out of it. I don't want y'all to come in here anymore and just get the words and go home. I want y'all to tangibly feel what it is that we're trying to get y'all. And it's just Jesus. But it works, right? And so fasting works. There are fasts for your situation. Let me get the next slide. For whatever's going on. Go past that. So we talked about here we go. These are all different types of fasts. Take some pictures of this. These are all different types of fast. And so we all agreed, right? Food is normally what we think about. But what if what you're struggling with is your behavior? What if what you're struggling with is your mind? What if what you're struggling with is your teenage emotions? I say it in a safe way. Lust and all these other things that really don't have much of they're natural, right? But they don't have much of a place in where you're trying to go and what you're trying to achieve right now. And so you've got to specify which fast is for you. So for the next few minutes, if you need to come up, whatever, I want y'all to find one fast that you never heard of that kind of is closely related. And we'll go maybe 2 or 3 people. But I want y'all to think real fast for a couple minutes. Read them for a couple minutes, for just a few. But y'all probably already have done the work. You know why? Because y'all come to Bible study. You think we understand? Well, which one you need to do, Chase? Oh, okay. It's a great place out here. Yeah, so read. I want you to closely find one that actually pertains to something that you need to draw closer to God. Food ain't everybody's struggle. Healing ain't everybody's struggle. Find the thing. Go. You found yours? Which fast would be closely related to what you got going on? The disciples fast. So this was a fast from Mark and Matthew. Well, it was an account written by Mark and Matthew. For deliverance from sin, from addiction and bondage. If we fast, we can break the power of sins and addictions that limit our freedom in Christ. So if that's your fast, right, if that's the one that jumps out to you, if that's the thing that God is telling you that you need to work on to draw closer to him, next time I see you, I want you to know, all right? I want you to have practiced that a little bit. Go for it. The Jesus fast. What does that say? Oh, for spiritual power and victory over temptation, flesh, and the devil. That's probably a lot of us could do that one. Elijah fast. It's probably too far. Struggling on that side. Mental freedom from emotional problems or habits. I like it. One more. It's so funny how earlier this room had everything to say. Give me a fast. Okay. For revival. The people were bound by the idol of worship. They needed to be deliverance. Cool. But do we see that there are different? How many of you knew? This isn't the ending list, right? There are a lot more fasts than this, and with studying, that becomes apparent. But how many of you have even heard of 10 fasts before? So let me ask it another way. Did we know that if this is the first time you knew that there were more than one fast, raise your hand. Yeah, that's pretty much what I figured. And so there are different fasts all over to help your situation. Maybe your problem isn't needing to regulate diet. Maybe your problem is talking back. Right? Maybe whatever it is that you got going on in this second half of the month. We got what? What's today? The 13th, 14th? What do we got, like another 12 days? Kill these next 12 days. Find that one thing. And work it. Right? Be a part of what's going on. But also remember the same phrases that's been going around in this room already. Listen, fasting without praying. Give me the next slide. Fasting without praying is a diet. And so you've got to be praying. Hit the next one. And so what's the point? Prayer and reflection while we fast. In fact, we had the question over, what if I sin while I'm fasting? Prayer and reflection. Keeping yourself accountable. Saying, all right, God, it's me and you during this thing. Also, another thing, I don't know if I put it out on this, but another thing that I want to bring to you all's attention is the importance of not doing a fast for people. If the people around you only know you're doing a fast because you told them and you haven't changed, you're not doing that fast right. There should be visible evidence while you're fasting because you're constantly talking to God. You're constantly self-evaluating because it's a contract between you and God. And so if people only know, we said how bad it is, don't wear it on your face, don't wear it on your body. I should know that y'all fasting from something to eat because y'all look hungry all the time. Every time I see you, Lord, Pastor Grant, I can't wait till 5 o'clock so I can eat. That's not a real, you got to change them intentions. A fast is between you and God. So as long as our intentions are good, right, the prayer is good, the reflection is good, we're going toward the right thing. And so there are benefits of fasting as a teenager. There's the self-examination. Your spiritual discipline of self-examination will be heightened. You will be the first person to know when you off. You won't have to wait on mommy and daddy. You won't have to wait on grandma and grandpa. You don't have to wait on the teacher. You don't have to get into a riff with the teacher. Looking at you. You'll be the first person to know. You also increase your prayer. If prayer was the thing you wanted to jump in 2024, how do I pray? Maybe you just wanted to start. Maybe I'm leery of the term prayer warriors nowadays, but maybe you just wanted to figure it out. Start that line of communication. This is the time during the fast. Hey God, it's me. You can leave it at that. He'll give you the words that I'm confident in, but do it with good intentions from your heart. And finally, you'll be seeking God's will. Oftentimes do we come in here and we talk about the purpose of your life as a Christian. There's purpose for your life. You weren't just, none of us were just made to take up air. Each one of you has a purpose. We talk about that all the time. We talk about your faith being the main thing and leading you to where it is God wants you to be. Fasting does the same thing. Even as a young person. Fasting does the same thing. Let me get the last slide. And then You've gone through the fast. Now you've practiced. You've come to the decision, okay, I need to fast. I've got this thing that's worrying me. I got this thing that's bothering me. I need to fast. Here goes the fast that I need to do. I've looked up the exact type of fast. I've got the rules. I've got the discipline. I know what I need to do. But there's also an art of breaking the fast. And so when your fast is complete and you lived according to the rules of the fast, you should feel an overwhelming sense of thanks. We just came out of a holiday. All of y'all felt thankful when you got something from up under that tree, didn't you? Yeah. Or maybe, let's go back one more. Maybe that big old food plate. We all have things. We all know that sense of gratitude. We all have it. We all experience it. And so at the end of your fast, that's all you should feel. You should feel real thankful. Because you and God did something. Right? You asked God to fix it, and he started working on it. And so you got to feel a big, overwhelming, warm embrace of gratitude. Give thanks to God. God is the only person that brought you to where you are. He's the only person that helped fix whatever it was that y'all decided needed to be fixed. And so he's got to be the first person that you give thanks. Right? There's a feeling of joy and celebration that'll come over you once you complete the fast. He asked, what if I sin during the fast? What if my 21 days are up? I think it was one of y'all said the fast is for 21 days. What if your 21 days are up? What if your 40 days are up and you still don't feel fulfilled? Check your intentions. Check your heart. Right? And so what have we accomplished after we fasted, Pastor Grant? Why are we talking about this? Why was this something that you felt important to put on me? What are we trying to do? We're trying to enhance our spiritual life. We're trying to draw a new closeness to God. And he's going to give you, or you sought, guidance over your problem. And that is the recipe that we use today and forevermore. The art of fasting is a key in your pocket. It's $1 in your, I was going to say your bike, but I was going to show how old I was. Right? It's a tool for you to use. Do we understand fasting a little more? Did everybody get a picture of the types of fast at least? Y'all, I'm ready now. No. I'm doing a modified Daniel, honestly. But do we understand the artifact? Do we feel like we could fast? Because sometimes I feel like fasting gets lost in this age group. Where we feel like sometimes it's only an adult thing. But it's not. It's not. Listen, a relationship with God don't have no age. There is no start age with a good relationship with God. In a trying relationship with God, right? There's no start age, there's no end age. And so we're going to start now. And so for these last 12 days of this fast, I want y'all to really take it serious. I want y'all to find that thing, whether it be social media, whether it be talking back, whether it be whatever it is, whether it be your attitudes, whether it be your minds, whether it be how you interact with others, whatever it is, whether it is food. Whatever it is, I want y'all to find that thing. And for these last 12 days, I really want y'all to kick it. And so when we come back next week and when we come back next month, we'll talk about it some more. But I'm looking, and it looks like most everybody is, we can come on. Is departing. You can leave that one up. I don't mind. Come on, JP. But that's our lesson in fasting. Listen, I really enjoyed you all today. Let's give it up a hand and everything that went on today.